Did you know a serial killer held an entire city hostage using nothing but letters and codes? In 1969, San Francisco Chronicle reporter Paul Avery started his morning like any other, sorting through mail at his desk. Then he opened a letter that changed everything. Inside was a cryptic cipher and details about a recent murder that only the killer could know. The letter was signed with a simple symbol, a circle with a cross through it. The Zodiac Killer had begun his psychological warfare campaign. He demanded his coded messages be published in newspapers, or he would kill again. The first cipher contained 408 symbols, and amateur code breakers cracked it in days. It revealed his twisted motivation. He was collecting slaves for the afterlife. Then came taunting phone calls to police, each more chilling than the last. His final challenge was a 340-symbol cipher that stumped experts for 51 years. When finally solved in 2020, it simply mocked investigators. The Zodiac terrorized millions while remaining completely invisible.
Did you know the Japanese Yakuza have a shocking tradition that turns failure into permanent disfigurement? It's called yubitsume, and it involves cutting off your own finger as punishment. When a Yakuza member fails their boss or shows disrespect, they must perform this brutal ritual themselves. Using a sharp blade, they slice off their pinky finger joint, wrap the severed piece in white cloth, and present it to their superior as an apology. This isn't just about pain or humiliation. There's a calculated psychology behind it. Removing fingers weakens your grip, making it nearly impossible to properly wield a sword. The more you mess up, the more fingers you lose, making you completely dependent on the gang for protection. First offense costs your pinky tip, second offense takes the whole pinky, it escalates from there. This ancient samurai tradition still exists in modern Yakuza operations today. It serves as both brutal punishment and ultimate proof of loyalty. Your body becomes a permanent record of every mistake you've ever made. Did you know there was once a country where counterfeiters made better money than the government itself? In 2008, Zimbabwe's inflation reached 231 million%, creating the world's most bizarre criminal paradise. The government was printing $100 trillion notes that couldn't even buy a loaf of bread. But here's where it gets crazy. Criminal counterfeiters started using higher quality paper and better ink than Zimbabwe's official treasury. Their fake bills were literally more valuable than the real ones. Street vendors would inspect government money with suspicion, but gladly accept counterfeit US dollars from criminals. The entire economy flipped upside down when criminals realized they could print unlimited fake money with zero consequences. Police couldn't prosecute counterfeiting because the fake bills had more purchasing power than authentic currency. Banks preferred criminal-made notes over government-issued ones. Eventually, even the counterfeiters gave up. Zimbabwe became the only country in history where counterfeiting became completely pointless. When real money is worthless, fake money becomes meaningless too. Did you know 2 men turned a simple bank robbery into the deadliest police shootout in American history? On February 28, 1997, Larry Phillips Jr. and Emil Matasarianu started their morning like any other day. They ate breakfast, checked their gear, and prepared for what they thought would be an easy job. But this wasn't ordinary preparation. They strapped on military-grade body armor and loaded fully automatic rifles. At 9:17 a.m., they walked into Bank of America in North Hollywood expecting a quick heist. Instead, they found police already waiting. What followed was 44 minutes of pure urban warfare broadcast live on television. Police bullets bounced harmlessly off the robbers' armor, while machine gun fire shredded patrol cars. Desperate officers had to break into a nearby gun store just to find weapons that could fight back. When the smoke cleared, both robbers were dead and 17 people wounded. This single shootout changed everything. Every police department in America immediately upgraded to military-grade weapons. 2 men with armor had outgunned an entire city. Did you know the most famous train robbery in history almost failed because the thieves hit the wrong car? On August 8, 1963, train driver Jack Mills began his routine overnight mail run from Glasgow to London. 15 masked men had spent months planning the perfect heist using inside information from postal workers. They knew exactly which car carried £2.5 million in used banknotes. At Sears Crossing, they used fake red signals to stop the train in the middle of nowhere. When Mills refused to cooperate, they violently attacked him. leaving him bloodied and unconscious. But here's the shocking part. They initially targeted the wrong car entirely. After realizing their mistake, they frantically located the correct mail car and spent 30 minutes unloading 120 bags of cash. The gang thought they were untouchable, but their fingerprints on a Monopoly board at their hideout sealed their fate. Within months, most were captured and sentenced. The twist? Nearly all the money vanished forever. One game night destroyed the perfect crime. Here are 5 things you didn't know about Charles Sobraj, the most dangerous con man in history. First, he escaped from maximum security prisons multiple times using nothing but charm and fake identities. Guards would literally unlock his cell because they believed he was a different person. Second, he poisoned victims across Southeast Asia in the 70s by offering them stolen gems and jewelry as gifts. The poison was hidden in the clasps and settings, killing them within hours. Third, he deliberately targeted tourists from different countries to manipulate diplomatic immunity laws. When authorities tried to arrest him, he'd claim protection under whichever nation suited him best. Fourth, while international manhunts were actively searching for him, he gave interviews to journalists for fun. He enjoyed taunting police through newspaper articles and television appearances. Fifth, after decades of successful escapes, he deliberately got himself arrested in Nepal in 2003. Why? He missed the spotlight and wanted to sell his story rights to Hollywood. His own narcissism finally brought down the serpent.